Hashtag rise and grind. I think a lot of people have a hard time recovering as we get a little bit older, right? We're kind of stuck on this old identity. So how did you move from I've worked for some of the biggest brands ever to, you know what? I can do this without that crutch or that leverage or that big name or that big brand? Because I think sometimes that's where people get stuck, is they don't have the confidence to do it on their own.
Well, they should, right? And that really starts, man, with self-awareness. And it's so much easier to tell somebody to do it and not execute on your own, right? It comes down to self-awareness. That moment, Glenn, when you could take inventory of things like, I mean, it really comes down to it. What am I good at? What do I suck at? And what do I love to do? And how do I focus on the things that I'm good at? And how do I combine that with what I love to do, right? And that's going to be your motivation. And you know what, man, at 35, think about it this way. The average person at 35, you've been working professionally for what, 14, 15 years?
Sure.
Lean on that experience. Lean on all that, right? I would not be in the position I am to have a successful company at 37 when I launched it, when I was 22. Think about that, right? I wouldn't have the experience. I wouldn't have the network. I wouldn't have the skills. I wouldn't have the tenacity, right? I wouldn't have all those pieces at all. And people have to remember that you have so much inside of you. You need to tap into it. It might be dormant, maybe laying, sleeping. You got to wake it up.
Right. I love that. It's in you. Tap into that passion. Tap into that thing that you love. How does one become the great connector, and what exactly does that mean?
It's kind of interesting, man. And it comes down to a couple things. One, I do not burn bridges. I really believe in the value of the relationships. All of my success, Glenn, is predicated on my relationships. I don't cold call. It's a warm call. It's a follow-up call to somebody in my network that I met 15 years ago, right? They're like, oh, hey, Adam, how's it going? I remember we used to work together. How's life? I see you over LinkedIn. You're doing great. What's happening? How could I help you, right? The moment that someone says, how could I help you? You're good to go. But when it comes down to connecting, man, it's keeping relationships top of mind. It's like a garden, man. You got to water it, right? You got to tend to the soil, right? You got to prune it. You got to touch it up, right? You got to stay in touch with your network, because you never know when you're going to need to tap into that. And so many people, and it's hard. Networking is hard, and it takes work, and it takes effort, and it also takes not being selfish, right? Because you have to give to your network. How do I give to my network so when the time comes for my ask, because it's okay to ask, people are more receptive to that. And that's what networking is all about.
Yeah, it's all
giving.
Yeah, it's all about give before you ask. I think that's really the key, real short, in the short answer. It's always give before you ask. And this is true in sales. This is true in relationships. This is true, all of that. It should always be a give before you ask. So with your passion for connecting people and your passion for like relationships, obviously you believe that relationships are a crucial aspect to success, right?
100%.
So why is that? Like, why do I have to have good, strong relationships? Why can't I just go be successful all by myself? Why can't I be self-made? Why do I got to lean on other people? Why do you think they're so crucial to success?
Everybody needs their support system, right? But you also have to have depth, right? This is not a short-term transactional world. This world, especially now, it's about connecting. It's about connecting with other humans. People do business with people. People do business with people. You want to be the person that they remember, recognition, top of mind, that they want to go to.
Yeah, I agree. People buy from people.
Hashtag rise and grind.